Okay, my name is Nikki. I am turning 50 years this year. And I'm a mother of an 8-year-old beautiful son. And I was with Dylan 3 years ago, 4 years, 3.5 years ago, did a great program, everything worked. Then COVID came along, kicked me off everything. I was just basically, I guess, overeating. And couldn't lose the weight. I
Yeah,
tried all diets possible, including keto, and it just wouldn't work.
yeah.
And I think I did what John, what you were describing as crushing your metabolism, because I was on basically no calories and I couldn't lose weight.
Got it. So you're eating super low calories, just not losing any weight.
Absolutely super low calorie. I think I mean, I tried keto and nothing happened. I don't think I actually went into ketosis,
Yeah,
but then people told me, oh, well, maybe you're just eating too much. And I was at 800 calories and didn't lose weight.
yeah, yeah. Got it. So you're seeing the metabolism slow down. You're seeing a lot of changes, and obviously the
What
things that
happened? I went to the doctors twice and they were like, well, we don't know. Maybe you're on the wrong diet, like that. So that wasn't any help.
super helpful.
Very helpful.
Yeah, but you're like, well, what's the right one? Okay, got it. And so tell us, a little bit about, because you did this all without really like any intense exercise. Tell me a little bit about, you know, um why you didn't exercise, the results you saw without exercise, all that stuff.
Yeah, so far we don't know what I have, but it started a half a year ago that as soon as I exercise, I get extremely sore muscles. And then I had sort of weird nerval issues with tingling and all that stuff. And I went to the doctors and they can't figure out what I have so far. I'm supposedly healthy, but I just simply cannot work out. It's just when I do it, then we try to do the stretches in the beginning, and I did the regular, where you just do this little stretch, and I had a stiff neck for 1 month, and I couldn't move at all. And whatever I try to do, it just starts hurting me. So what we did is basically just walking, which is great that I am walking, but I haven't done any exercise. Even I mean, I really try to do something in between, and then but it's always the same. It's the next day I'm like, oh my god, I can't even function anymore. And as I said, I have a child, so I have to function.
Yeah,
Can't just say, oh, okay, my arm's falling off, I can't carry this now, sorry, I'm gonna go to bed or something. I can't do that. So
yeah, got it. So whenever you exercise, basically it elicits like a very there's like soreness, or to the point where you can't
yeah.
return or function basically. And so you were able to do this whole program by just walking. And so you were obviously just walking. Did you have like a step count goal? And also, what were the results you saw with just the nutrition?
Yeah, I lost all the weight. I lost so far, I think I very quickly or relatively quickly lost 15 pounds by eating more. I ate more, 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 more. We're still raising the calories and I'm still losing weight. I mean, the losing weight isn't as quick anymore, which is to be expected, but we're still going up in calories. And I forgot how many steps I started, but it wasn't so much because I really couldn't do it. I was so exhausted. Could have been then fatigue. Oh, then in the middle of the program, I got COVID. So then that was also not very helpful and I couldn't do anything. But I did the program with COVID, which was absolutely no problem. It worked well for me.
Yeah.
Um, but I couldn't move. Uh, and we raised the steps, and now I'm at 6,000 steps a day, which I can now do. I mean, I do have days where I can't do it because the time just I fall asleep before I finish it. I do the rest of the steps usually in the evening when I'm like, okay, so how many steps do you have? 4,000. Then I walk around the block until I have.
I love it, love it. So you're able to stay super active, and you said you lost how much weight exactly?
I would even say it goes up to 20 pounds because when I started, it was going up. So I was over 160, 161, and it would go to 165. So I said to myself, okay, we're not crossing these thresholds anymore. If it's going up, I gotta stop it. And
Right.
now I'm at a solid 145, and it's like tinily going down still. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was really quick.
Yeah, and so you're seeing, obviously the metabolic priming phase, we take our clients through the reverse diet where you're stacking in more calories, and obviously it's boosting your metabolism because before you were eating too little. And so, what did you have any like when Amber's like, "Hey, I'm gonna have you eat more this week"? Was there any hesitations like, I don't know if I should do that, or
Oh, absolutely. That was my biggest horror. I was like, okay, if I eat more, I'm going to gain weight, because that was where the point that I got myself into was that I'm at whatever 800, 900 calories. The minute I eat something, the weight goes up.
Mhm.
So I was really scared that, oh God, if I'm now eating more, it's not going to work.
yeah,
It didn't work.
but it
Because I
did,
had you guys and I was just trusting you. And I'm like, okay, if it doesn't work, then they'll have to own up to it.
right? Yeah, no, totally. And obviously that, seeing the increased food, right? You weren't eating enough before. Now we slowly increase. Yeah, if you go to 0 to 60, like you go from like 800 to like 1600, you're going to gain weight. So doing it really structured the way we did it obviously helped you. And what other results have you seen aside from just overall body fat loss and toning and all that? Like what
I
results?
just look better. I look better. I look better. I don't know what it is really, because I don't know if I have a different posture. I don't know if I am more positive, even though I did have negative periods during the program because of my health, because I was so frustrated with it.
Yeah.
So it's still, your program even helped me with that, because I had something to hold on to and go like, it will get better. It's only the weight that's going to go down. And I mean, everybody tells me you look great. So
I
I
love
like
that.
to hear that.
Awesome. So you've been feeling like just more positive. Obviously, you had a lot of things that would, could easily just, get you off track. Uh,
Mhm.
but this was like the one thing that you really had under your control, and it seems like you just executed. What do you feel like?
Exactly. Yeah.
You were able to just dial into the nutrition and follow the directions Amber gave you. What were you able to like? Have you always been just extremely like just I'm gonna do this, set my mind to it, or was it just how she was coaching you was helpful, or what was that like?
Um, I think if I have a structure and if I put my mind to something, I am good at holding on to it. But I think I had adverse things happening that really Amber was my rock. She was really there for me all the time. And she at the times I felt I had no support. She was always positive and she was like, hey, we got this, we're gonna do it. And that was really so very helpful.
Yeah,
It was really I was at a point, especially with not knowing what my body's doing. I still don't know it, but it was very frustrating for me. And she was there, and yeah, we just pushed through, and we're still
yeah,
doing it. Yeah.
yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
It sounds like before the program, it was a combination of like you were doing stuff that wasn't working, right? So it's a little bit of like a knowledge gap of like what should I be doing to see results, but there's also, like you were saying, some bad habits that were leaking in.
Oh, absolutely. I had bad habits. I mean, that's part of the program, is I think that you just kick bad habits, which I think it's really good that there's the first month no alcohol. I think that was great for me, because it just so was when this COVID thing was happening, and my husband's working at home in the evenings, we're just like, oh, let's have a beer and watch the sunset. And so we were just having a beer. And I shouldn't have a beer at night and watch the sunset like every night. So
Right.
I'm not doing it and I'm not missing it. But if you would have told me in the beginning, oh, you're just not going to do this anymore, I would have said, that's bad. I want to have life quality. And I'm not missing anything. I mean, I have a glass of wine every once in a while. We go to baseball games with the boy and stuff like that. So it's not like I can't drink alcohol, but I definitely, that's one of the habits that was a really bad habit that was totally eliminated. Um, I think also things like not eating all day and then eating a bag of nuts is now gone, because I'm like, oh my God, those are so many calories. It's like
Yeah.
1,000 calories that I'm just all of a sudden eating. And I mean, no wonder that that's has an effect. So.
Yeah. So before you were skipping meals and getting super hungry and eating like way too much, and then also you were drinking every night, but now you're able to do it in moderation. Was that just like the design of the program? Did the coaching help out with that at all, or?
Um, I think it's a overall having a program, because there is a structure and that's just the structure there is. And if you lack structure, which I definitely did, that's helpful in itself. I mean, I still am probably not as structured as I should be. Like Amber tells me I should log pre-log more than I'm actually pre-logging.
Mhm.
I'm like, no, I want to have my flexibility. So I don't really know. I'm logging like 2 meals and not all of the meals.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
still not doing it 100%,
Mhm.
but just the structure itself helps a lot.
100%. Yeah. And like, obviously like it's a dance, right? It's like you don't want to do too much that's gonna make you feel restricted and go the other way, but you do want to do enough to where like it seems like you have your day laid out, which is what you're doing. That's awesome. There's a lot of moms that do this program. And some like we've had a lot of moms that have kids and then they've had trouble having kids and they had to do IVF, and when they do IVF, you can't walk at all. You can't exercise at all, but you can still walk. You've obviously done this program, saw results by just walking. What would you tell someone in that position?
Oh, just do it. Do the program. I mean, I'm I'm trying to do as much as I can, and it's easy for me, really. And I've never I some one time I ate a burrito and it was way over calories. It doesn't really matter. The coaching is Amber is there, and she's like, okay, it shouldn't happen again. But I didn't know. But she was absolutely cool. So nothing can happen. It's just like you just follow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%. Just trust the process. Well, not trust.
Trust the process. Yeah,
Hug-
that's what it is.
I always say hug the process and like
Yeah,
ask questions, like be involved, like hug it.
yeah.
But you're extremely coachable, and we always go through our Amber's clients every week,
Mhm.
and she's like, "Yeah, Nikki's great. She's a cyborg." We call like our clients that just execute whatever we give them cyborgs. It's funny because like it was like really every week. Nikki's fine. She's a cyborg. It's like every single week she'd bring that up. And before you started this program, obviously we chatted. This is the first time we had done this program remotely because you had been in person last time. What were some of your biggest hesitations before doing this program or a program like this?
Eh, Probably just money.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, but money is also a helper to me. I always say, or not always say, it kind of has to hurt to not do it. So
yeah,
it is actually a commitment, but that was probably it. Um Otherwise, no, I don't it's not it's easier this time around than 3 years because the meal plan is easier because there's like lots of things in there, like little things that's not as hard.
yeah,
But I don't know if I was on a different program, right? So
yeah,
now it's easier, and I find it very easy, and it's also getting easier with once you are after the first months, then putting the cheat foods, or not cheat foods, but the regular foods
yeah,
in. So it's more experimenting. I can eat everything I like to eat. So I don't miss anything.
yeah.
I mean, sour gummy worms. I eat sour gummy worms and I eat them every day, 3 to 5 of those. Usually I would have just grabbed a bag and eat them or finish the bag, or, now I'm like, hey, I want my sour gummy worms, and it's absolutely fine to eat three. Why would I need more?
Right. Yeah, just
So,
enough
but
to
I'm not missing anything.
yeah, just enough to satisfy your sweet tooth. And it's like, everyone's like, oh, what are you guys really doing? Like, because you see cheat foods and they always talk about cheat foods and da da da. I'm like, we're just teaching we're just teaching everyone moderation. That's all really
Yeah,
doing. It's like,
that's exactly, it works.
yeah,
And I
100%.
can eat, I like everything. Yesterday, James was like, I need to go to McDonald's. I'm like, oh, McDonald's. I had 2 spoons of his sundae there, and I was like, oh, best sundae ever. But did I need more than that? No. Did I need to eat the whole thing? No, I didn't. So
Yeah,
that's how easy that is.
yeah, yeah. That's huge, and that's obviously a huge habit change that you've seen. Just by taking that first step. And yeah, obviously this program isn't cheap. It's definitely an investment, but I think what you were saying earlier is like, yeah, the only thing I was talking was money, but I knew that needed a hurt, right, for me
Yeah.
to stick to it and like take action on it. Um, and so yeah, so that's really cool that you had that experience. Um, Anyone that's interested in doing this program, maybe on the fence, regardless, what would you tell someone, that's kind of like, I want to do this, but like I'm not really sure.
I would say do it, because I think the people who don't do it don't trust that it's going to work. But if it it works. It worked the first time and it worked even better this time, or easier. So it does work. And the results are just so cool that you want to do it. I
Yeah.
think the people who don't want to do it, they don't trust that they are ever going to be in a good spot again. And for some, I mean, it is just nicer to be slim, to look good, to fit your clothes again, all that stuff, to have people tell you, oh, you look great. Oh, most of the people don't know that it's because I lost weight. They're just like, oh my God, you look great. I'm like, oh, yeah, thank you. So it's nice. It's really cool. And you shouldn't settle for less. If
100%.
that, if, and especially moms, I mean, yeah, was me. It was like that ever since I was a mother. I did not lose that weight from being pregnant. That's just what it was, just on there, and I was actually pretty big when I was pregnant. So, and that can come off. It can.
Yeah.
I'm still not there. I'm still not pre-pregnancy, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you keep doing what you're doing and like you think about, you did the program last time, you saw results, you do the program this time, you see results, but it's more sustainable. You just keep
Hmm.
doing the same thing over and over again, with what you're doing, enjoying it, the process. Your body's has no choice but to keep adapting.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited, with your progress, that you've done it without really any intense exercise. I knew it was going to work. And I think for moms specifically, I think we were talking this when you first signed up. Walking is the best thing you can do. That is the best form of exercise. So if someone's like, I'm going to either hit 10,000 steps or I'm going to work out intense 4 times a week, I'm like, go walk 10,000 steps. It's the best thing for your hormones. It's the best thing for your metabolism. And it's not going to trigger any like severe hunger response.
Yeah.
So it's just like
Oh
easy.
no, I was never hungry.
you
Never.
Yeah.
So that's really, I mean, that's one of those things. If people think they would be hungry, no, I had to eat. Okay, I had to eat too much anyways, but with just eating clean is so much food that you can eat all day.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
Yeah. 100%. Cool. Well, I love it. And thank you so much for hopping on with me. Yeah, I think this is such an incredible story that a
Well,
lot
5 stars from me, definitely. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. Really, I'm not a special person who has whatever cyborg qualities. I mean, it's great that I'm a cyborg, but I'm normal.
you are special, A, and then B, yeah, just like you're saying, like there's nothing different from you to the next person out there that separates you to like this is someone who just like can get it done no matter what. It's like anyone can do this.
Yeah, anyone can do this, but I could apparently not do it without you.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 days didn't work, so then there you
Yeah.
go.
Well, appreciate you hopping on. Thanks so much. And yeah, we'll talk soon.
Yeah, thanks, Dylan.
All right, Nikki. Bye.
Bye.